Hello again, and welcome back to another design fun room by room build. The last video I had on this was the basement teenage bedroom area. This is the kitchen, dining room, living room area. There's a bathroom on this floor. So, starting out in the kitchen, of course, and I love these cabinets. I do wish that we had different countertops with them. So, the kind of the reddish brown countertop that's I think with the green um, counters um, or the green cabinets. I don't care for that color, but I love the color of the cabinet. So not that it's relevant. How is everyone today? I'm so glad that you're here again and that you're listening to another video. I, I'm sorry that I am a little back and forth with what I say. I don't have a script of anything that I'm going to talk about or anything like that. So on this one, I'm changing the windows. I don't, okay. I love the windows that I was using behind there. But the fact that they sit kind of on an off, like a half width or I don't know how you would call it. They don't sit next to each other. They're like a half of a wall panel separated the other ones that I had. And I hate that on some of these. I wish you could, like when you can do the move objects, the up or down, I wish that you could also move the windows side to side. And I understand kind of why you can't, but some of these, I love the window. I just wish that they could be placed closer together, that they could have more of a cohesive line. Anyway, so that's one of my frustrations, but overall, I'm pretty happy with with everything that we've gotten. So um, I try not to be jumping around with what I'm saying, but I get really nervous. I suffer from anxiety, and especially on the social scale. And so I kind of have like this thing of, oh, I'm going to say this and I'm going to be funny and I'm going to be really engaging and kind of get everybody, they just want to come back and hear more. But then once I start talking, I just get a lot of, oh yeah, we do this and we do that. And it never quite comes out the way I expected it to. The first video I did, I was terrified. And it took forever for me to actually get the courage up to make one and then to actually figure out how to do it. And then once I did it, I got some really nice feedback. I didn't have any negative comments or feedback. So that was way more than I ever expected. Of course, I don't have, hundreds or thousands of people looking at it. And I'm sure once there were more people that were viewing it, they'd probably have something to say. But they can stay away. That's okay. You can't see me, but I'm talking with my hands, just so you know. I do that. I'm a hand talker as well. So, but I have a hard time, like, I do this video of this build, and I want to share it with you, and I want to talk about it. And so I tend to get caught like talking about other things, and then the video runs out, or I'm just sitting here like, yeah, I don't know. What do I say? Do I tell them a humiliating story from my life? Do I just kind of get really down into the detail on what I'm doing or what I'm thinking of in the build? So if you're watching and you've come back, and this is more than one video that you've watched of mine, and you have any thought on, hey, tell us a story about this, or answer these questions while you're watching the build, or hey, can you just really focus on the build and not talk about all of this random stuff? Um, any of those suggestions would be taken. They would be, I would look at them. I'm not saying that I'm going to do all of them because you never know what you're going to get when you open it up to the floor of the interwebs. Um, but yeah, I'll consider anything, any idea that you might have on maybe something you'd like to see on the channel. And I'm getting started. So I'm looking for all kinds of ideas. I have this room by room thing, which is when I have these massive house builds, it's really going to be so much easier if I just say, hey, here's this level or here's this room that I really like, and kind of focus on the smaller aspects of it piece by piece. rather than doing the entire house build. I have a couple of houses that are kind of in that old Southern charm kind of look, and or like the old school, not necessarily colonial houses, but kind of that area. And I'm sorry, I don't know all of the technical terms. And I it took a lot of detail to get it built and a lot of time. And of course, I didn't record any of it. I do want to make a video of some of my older builds to show you some of the stuff that I really like. Like I did the two houses that were uh, the gnome, like Romeo and Juliet, the red house and the blue house. And they've got the little gnomes in the backyard. And it's like the first one that I ever actually had the courage to upload to the gallery, even though I've been making them for a really long time. And since then, my building has kind of taken a different turn too, because um, I started getting more inspiration. I started watching more of the different YouTubers and being like, oh, that's how they use that. Because some of the Sims 4 tricks and things I didn't really have down. So that's kind of where I am at with building, but I really, I love doing it. Also, I want to apologize if I repeat myself in my videos. It's more of the anxiety thing. I think, oh, that's funny, and then I say it, and then I'm like, as I'm saying it, I'm thinking, wait, did I already say this in one of my other videos? Wow, I don't want to be repetitive. So please forgive me if I do that. I think that if I went back and I watched every video before I recorded a video just to make sure that I wasn't repeating myself, I would just completely psych myself out. So that's why I don't do that. So just bear with me. Again, I wanted to use a record player. I really like the idea of the old record players. I grew up having the TV, like the large TV that kind of sat on the floor in that box. I don't know. Well, you had to like get up and walk and actually turn the dial to change the channel. I had one of those where the speaker was behind kind of this woven wickery looking material. I love that old TV, but I had, the old TV and the big, the console record player, like I talked about in another video, and so did my grandmother. She had the big console. She had one that was like a double record player. It had it for the larger records and for the smaller ones. It also had like an AM FM radio, and man, I wish I still had that because it was really amazing. But yeah, so uh, I do wish that in the minds of our wonderful sim gurus, I wish that one of them would create like a large entertainment piece like this. So a large thing with shelves that you can put knickknacks on and lots of click points for things to go on there and stuff like that. This one I kind of fought like a lot with this one of trying to get things placed on there, and I swear I've used this in a build before and it had a lot more click points, like a lot more places where stuff would actually sit on the shelf. Or that I could start to put it on and then raise it and lower it and it would go where I wanted it to go. But this time it would not go. So there are things that I'm like, oh, it'd be really cute just to like line the shelves with little family knickknacks and plants and all kinds of stuff, but nothing was like that. Yet that was not working. So it was just really frustrating. So finally I was like, you know what, here, we'll just stick this other thing in that hole and we'll be done with it. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. This is taking my entire video. So, so yeah, I think that was the point where I was like, forget it. And then, as you can see, this entire house is going to be so full of CC that I probably won't ever actually get to play with a family in it, even though I have an idea for a family that I want to put in it. My laptop can only do so much. Like, I do have the murder mod, but I don't have like MC Command Center and stuff like that because it just won't. Well, first of all, I feel like I'm too illiterate to understand MC Command Center. I've tried. It does not work for me, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So, I'm going to have to find a video. I know that there's one out there. I just got to find it. And really look at it and see if it's something that my computer can handle. I did kind of have it on there. I could click on the computer. I could see all of the choices, but nothing really worked. So I don't know what wasn't connecting. But my computer did seem to really like lag down, even though my laptop's not bad. It's a fairly new-ish, nice-ish laptop. It's still all that I have right now. So, um, and I would use my husband's, but he's currently got quite a few issues with his too. So we're hitting that point where all the stuff he brought with him from Holland is starting to need refurbishing. It's needing fixed. It's needing updated, and yeah, we're not quite there yet, but we'll get there. We'll get it. We'll get it fixed. He actually has a brand new graphics card sitting in a box on his desk that he's not able to plug into his system because something's not working in there. It's not making connections. The hard drives and all that other stuff are having issues. So anyway, enough about that issue. Back to the build. So, trying to find a lamp to go in that corner. When I was a kid, I remember us having floor lamps in the living room. We had like the big tall floor lamp over the chair that my dad would sit in with his bowl of ice cream or a piece of paper or whatever. And then we had, the lamps on each end table. They were just lamps everywhere. And I don't really use them very much in my builds, or I use them, but I always keep them off. But I love those lamps for this one. And the stand-up lamp that's in the corner, my husband actually has those from IKEA that he got in Holland. So we have the ones that hang from the ceiling. They look like kind of like lanterns made like that. And then we have the stand-up one. Of course, we can't use them because they're all European plugs. But yeah. Yeah. I don't even know why he brought them then at this point. But that's funny. Maybe we can, I know why, because we can switch out the, I can't think, the electronics, like the core, the whatever. I think we can switch that out. So on this part here, I made a little reading nook, and I love it. I wish this part of this room that I could take out and just put in my own house. It looks kind of cozy. It's got the little lamp over it. Ugh. The only thing that's missing is like a little plush footstool or something, that you can really, or if the seat was just a little longer that you could kind of lay a little bit in it. Ugh, I love it. I love it. And I had to use a bunny picture because, I gotta have something bunny in my builds, in every one of them. And I did kind of count this as a separate build because it's a separate video and separate floor. Why not have the bunny theme through the whole house? It would be through our entire house because we have Fergal and his hair is already through the entire house. So we have a little piece of him everywhere we go. Pardon me. And then, God, trying to find rugs. Like there's a rug that I really, really like, but it's not quite big enough. Oh, so make it bigger. No, that's too big, and stack it. Well, now you've got a weird line in the middle of it. Anyway. Those curtains are most certainly not game curtains. Those are CC because I want curtains that look like that in the game, that are just kind of, there are curtains in the game that are kind of old school, like stuff my mom would have had back in the day, or did have. We had some of the ones that had the big wooden board at the top, like that would go above your window and kind of rest on your window frame or your door frame kind of thing. And they were huge and they were heavy, and you had to have like 2 people to take them down to clean the curtains because it was all just so much fabric and so heavy. But yeah, we had all those. So now when I see those in the game, I'm like, no, I'm not using those. I have like this weird like Hy-Vee reaction to them because I remember them from my childhood. So here's a little fun fact about this portion of the video. I'm not sure how much time I have left, but when I got to this point in the build and I got all the windows up, I realized that I didn't have stairs that go up to the next level. I had the stairs downstairs going to this level, and then I had the stairs on the next floor going up to the next level, but I didn't have any on this level going up. So I had to move some things around. I had to stretch everything out a square. So when the build is actually, when I upload it to the gallery, it's going to be longer front to back than it is in this video, because I had to figure out how in the world I was going to get the stairs in there without taking out the bathroom. I didn't really want to sacrifice anything that I already had in it. And what was downstairs, I could not move the stairs because of the closet and the bathroom that I already had downstairs. So the only option I had then was to move everything out a square, which meant repositioning all of the furniture in the living room. And then upstairs I had to fix everything to make it match, but it's not a big deal. It just, I got it completely done and I was so proud. And then I went up to the next floor to look at it. I was going to start recording the next floor as I built it. And I thought, well, how am I going to get up there? There's no stairs. And I felt really, really stupid. So I fixed it. It's fine. And you will see that at the end of the video. I stopped it, I fixed it, and then I went back in and just did the recording that's going to be a little slowed down so you can see all of those pieces. So, oy vey. This level, I've called it the level of living because it's just the space that's where the family would kind of congregate. You've got your kitchen dining room, a small bathroom, like a half bath, and then you've got your living room area. And so this is just for them to congregate together. And then the other floors are just kind of for their personal spaces. Trying to get my lighting right. I have a problem with lighting too because I don't want it to look like really crazy. If you were to walk in and look at the ceiling and you'd be like, what is happening up there with all of those lights? So I try to make it make a little bit more sense, but still have it well lit if I want to go in and record a family in this building or take pictures. So I'm kind of anal about stuff like that. But yeah, just trying to fit it all in. I love this little picture that I put in here. I thought it was really fun. I'm getting there. Yeah. Like flamingos. I'm not really a flamingo crazy person or anything. My mom is. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's so cute. It's so fun. My ex and my mother had this thing about flamingos, and he wanted to she was wanting to put them all over his yard, our yard, because he kept taking her flamingo out of the yard and putting it on the porch. And it was just a big fun thing that they used to do, like messing with each other. So now my kids do it to their dad. Like they find random flamingos and just kind of terrorize him with them. I'm glad I could pass that on. The chore of finding the perfect coffee table. My word. Telling you. Some are too big, some are too small. You know what I mean? I wasn't happy. I could not find one that I really liked. So I went with one that I have used before. I don't feel like it's really got a lot of texture, that white one. But it made me the most happy out of all of them. So that's what we got. I think I put some greenery in the corner and stuff too, because it was just too bare. I don't really like having that bare look. I like having more of the clutter, homey kind of feeling. You still want it to look nice and neat if you have company come over, but come on, our lives are a little cluttered, especially if we've got teenagers. So I fix it. And I apologize if you can hear this weird sound in my voice, or if I sniffle. I've got allergies. I'm allergic to my rabbit, but also I was at a women's conference this past weekend, and I may have gotten just a little something from hanging out around all those people, which seems to happen at conventions and stuff like that. So, but my allergies are flaring up a little bit. And both of my kids have ear infections and just lovely. So you don't want to be at my house right now. I'll just say that much. Okay. So, yeah, this was before I fixed the stairs. That video that should be at the end of this video. Now I'm just showing you a more detailed look at the rooms once they're finished. You can see this does not have the extra stairs in it yet. Bathroom. Okay. All right. And coming up, there we go. Now I've got the stairs that go up, and I had to fix the coffee table because I moved everything out. Yeah. So that's what I did. I just added the stairs going up, same direction right above it, adding little things. You know, you've got to have a place to put like your car keys or your little, you empty your pockets, your coins or whatever. That's what this is for. At least we always had that with like the little bowl for your stuff. We have one at our front door right now. So, oh my goodness. Just sometimes finding the little knickknacks and the lamps or the candles or whatever. Trying to find that perfect aesthetic thing that you're looking for is the hard part. That's what I'm fighting with right here. This is one of those things that once I figured out the whole stair issue, it took a lot longer than I was expecting. So if you're still here, thank you for watching. I know I say it every time, but I mean it. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. And if you have any ideas for anything, please let me know. Say hi in the comments. Say hi on Twitter. Come follow me on Snapchat. I'm usually on there posting really stupid selfies all the time, or occasional pictures of my pets or my family or whatever. So, yeah, if you come by, say hi. Get involved. I also have a Discord, but I think there's only one other person there right now. I feel sorry for them. But we'd love to have more people join and hang out with us and talk. I will be streaming soon. Just let me figure all of that out. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.